Hello everyone, welcome to Redmen TV. It's the build-up show, Liverpool, Man United this weekend. Wow, what a week. I'm joined by Ben, I'm joined by Adam and by Ross as well to talk about this one. Ben, let's dive straight in. Liverpool, top of the league. Just leave it at that.
Yeah,
great.
Let's just stop.
We're entering into a whole new world now. We've had these games against Jose Mourinho, Manchester United, so many times down the years where he comes to spoil the party. He likes to try and show the world the blueprint for how to stop Liverpool, and it's worked a number of times down the years. It would have been nice for us to have just a nice, easy game, just to cement our place at the top, yada, yada, yada. But look, ultimately, it isn't. It's Manchester United. They're not in great form, but it is a massive game, and it should be one to look forward to.
Yeah, I don't really, say what you want about City, the way the league is at the moment. These two games are our biggest of the season. These are the ones that I look for first when the fixture calendar comes out. These are the games that I want to win, and for years I used to look forward to these games, particularly in the Van Gaal era and things like that, and we always get beat, and that's why I look forward to it the most, because I'm dying to blinking beat them, because we just never seem to manage it. And I feel like at the moment the momentum's with us. Last night was such a big statement to do it. I think you said it, the fact that we played the team that we played and we won, we've now got so many more options when it comes to team selection, which we'll come to later, but it feels like everything is sort of, the stars are aligning for us to go out and win at the weekend. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, look, Adam, it's a different kind of test for a very different one it's been in recent years. Not in terms of Mourinho's style, because we know Mourinho's style hasn't changed in 10 years, but the fact that we're leading the league. It's something we're not particularly used to. We were stressed and depressed when we were a couple of points behind Man City. We're going to have to learn a whole new level of pain if Liverpool are going to go on and win the league, and if they're going to go and do it from this position.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous, which, as you know, for me is an odd emotion. I don't know how to deal with it. Look, we're unbeaten in the Premier League. The one team I'd absolutely fucking despise to lose that to is this lot.
Yeah.
Like, we're the better team by far, like by some distance, and I think it's quoted on the sheet they've got. Like the worst defensive record in the top half, along with Bournemouth. We should win this game. But it's that
It's more than that, isn't it?
It's
more than that.
Who has done it so many times to us. He'll turn up and go, well, we're going to play a back eight. Yeah. And then we'll have... I bet he plays Martial up front on his own. I bet Martial's right through the middle, and it's just pace.
Mourinho will relish this. I know it's a double-edged sword to some extent, Ross, because taking points off us hands Man City the advantage. But Mourinho, I was talking to my dad about this, Mourinho will love the notion that he can have a hand in the title, regardless of it. So regardless of the outcome, whether it means that, like City end up behind or City end up on top, he gets to go, he gets to play his part to some extent, which is a bit sad and weird, but that's Mourinho in a nutshell.
That's the level he's at now, though, isn't it? Yeah. That's what he's got to worry about, is him affecting the title chances for someone else when he should be in that conversation and he's not.
But he will go there today, and he will know. He'll go there at the weekend. He will know that he knows his job's under pressure. Mm-hmm. He knows that the fans are turning against him, but he knows also that getting any sort of results will be a much bigger, like a draw, a 0-0 draw or a 1-1 draw is a big result, just in terms of, because again, their fans will take satisfaction from seeing Liverpool lose points, you know what I mean? So he can win brownie points with their fans. Now, I'm sure there'll be Man United fans watching it who will disagree with that, and you should do, because Man United should be far better than this. Man United should be coming to Anfield with ambitions of winning the game and ambitions of challenging for the title. It's not happened because that's the nature of where they are. But he will take perverse pleasure in, like as he always does, in being anti-football and looking to stop Liverpool, looking to piss on Liverpool's parade first and foremost.
Yeah, I think that's why it makes it more frustrating, the fact that the way we play our football compared to them, the way that he is compared to Klopp. You just think, you don't want a miserable bastard winning football.
Yeah.
I just
don't think he enjoys football, Ross. I think he hates football. football.
No,
And I think he hates the beauty of football. He hates creativity. He thinks football is a binary thing. He sees it in black and white. He sees it in numbers. He sees people as assets. He sees it in ways. He sees not other teams not winning as winning. You know what I mean?
But he's in a win-win situation. The fact that if he gets a point or they win, he's bought himself another couple of weeks. But then if he loses, I don't think he's that arsed. Because he'll get sacked and get a massive payout anyway. Yeah. And then results-wise, he said, if he can stop Liverpool getting points, well, City, their other main rivals, will just go top anyway. Yeah. So
I think he's trying to get sacked, but I don't think he wants to get sacked from this game.
No, that's a good point.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if we, don't get me wrong, I reckon if we absolutely pummeled them and it was 5-0, he might not be there Monday morning.
I'm not sure he's going to get sacked, because I think the problem is sacking Mourinho doesn't solve United's problems. No. It does it because you could get someone in, and they'll let the shackles loose, and that team you might get a tune out. Like if you let Carrick take over and he did what like Di Matteo did off the back of Andres Villas-Boas' side of Chelsea, where Villas-Boas, kind of upset the apple cart and made all the old lads sit on the bench and blah, 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 and then he just come in and went, right, lads, go and do what you've been doing all this time. They might do something there, but Man United's problems are not going to be fixed until they sort the hierarchy of the club out, and they get a world-class manager with forward thinking and a plan and money to spend. Zidane, basically, which I'm not sure why Zidane would want to come in midway through a season with that team, knowing that he can't make any positive impacts on the.
I don't think he will come in halfway through the season. I reckon if Zidane comes in, they'll get like an interim. If that's his target, then they'll get an interim manager who does a job for a few months. I will make a bet with you on camera that Jose Mourinho gets sacked the minute that it becomes mathematically impossible for them to make the Champions League.
It is cheaper for them, there's a clause in his contract, that it is cheaper for them to sack him at the end of the season if they don't make top four. So they're definitely not going to sack him now.
Moyes got sacked as soon as he couldn't make top four mathematically, and that's what they're waiting for, because it saves them like half the money they'd have to pay him. I think it takes from like 8 to 4 mil.
They could get someone in who'd get them Champions League football and they'd make money.
They won't get Champions League with anyone this season.
No. I think they're too far off the pace now. They've left
points
it too
off
late.
5th. Or like
they're close to the bottom and they're at the top as well, I believe.
Hello.
Yeah. It's this is lovely, isn't it? Like, I can't.
I'm such a genuine.
I can't help it.
We can see the baby.
I made a video on this show on my channel months ago, and I said, enjoy laughing at Man United while you can. Because it won't last, because they've got so much money and so much heritage. They're such a massive football club that they'll buy their way back to success. It'll happen. It'll happen eventually. You just need to find the right blend and the right people and whatever, and it'll happen. So, enjoy it while you can. These are our most hated of rivals. They've enjoyed us being crap for years. They've revelled. They've been like pigs in shit. Man United, a football club, have existed to their modus operandi was centred around us, and there'll be Man United fans going, "Oh no, it's not," or probably in a Cockney accent or whatever, ha ha ha. But Alex Ferguson set out to knock Liverpool off their fucking perch. That was his mission statement, not to get to 20 league titles, to knock Liverpool off their perch. That was what they existed for. That was what that club was geared towards. So we've got this rivalry, and it's there for a reason. I'm not particularly a fan of the city of Manchester or the people or their accents or anything like that. It's just how it is. So we should revel in it, and I really hope, because our form at Anfield has been terrible against them. I don't think we've beat them in the league since 2013. Now, obviously, we beat them 2-0 in the Europa League a couple of seasons back, which was great, but it's just draws and 1-0s. I feel like this is the season, Ross. I feel like we're geared up for this. We're better suited now against teams that do want to come and park the bus. We've got so much more experience. The vast majority of teams now come to Anfield and play like that. This is why we've changed the formation. This is why we've got the players like Shaqiri and Keita, etc. If Liverpool are going to finally get a good result against Man United at Anfield, it does feel like this would be the season to do it.
I'm caught in two minds. Completely agree with everything that you've just said, and the quality and squad depth that we've got now, and we've got different options, and how we approach games is completely different to previous. But then when it comes to this game, I just think form and everything else is just irrelevant because of the stature of the game and the way that Mourinho is. He'll shithouse his way to a draw if he has to. There was times where we've battered them, and he's got a point. That's just the way that he is.
Everything that you've just said is why United still fancy themselves a little bit.
Yeah.
Because Gary Neville said it on Monday night. I said I quite fancy them on Sunday because the pressure's on us, and we talked about that kind of league pressure at the beginning of the show. But the actual for years we went into the Man United games as underdogs. Now it didn't do us any favour because we always used to lose, or the John O'Shea era and things like that. But on Sunday, all the pressure is on us to deliver. Man United can go there with a bit of freedom.
I disagree. I don't get. I'm not saying that it's pressure. I think there's pressure on both teams. But look at where Man United are right now. We're 16 points better off than they are.
But we're expected to beat them, aren't we? That's what I mean. Really, I think the rest of the league, given where we are and given where they are, given the results they've had, they keep drawing at home. They lost comfortably away at City. And that's another factor in it.
True, all true. But their fans fucking hate us. They fucking hate us, and they should do, because we fucking hate them. You can't tell me that the pressure's not on them, because their fans are having to put through all this. Look at Everton. Look how devastated they were with the game the other week. Man United fans will be even worse than that, because Man United have been bloody good. They've been amazing for the last 25 of the last 28 years. They've been absolutely incredible, and the weight of expectation on them. This game is so much, and they have given us so much shit, and they are all shitting themselves because they can see the league table and they can see the form and all that, but they're clinging on to this hope that they can still at least get something against us, and it won't fix the problems, but at least they can go, you see, back in your place, we are still better than you, don't let the league fall. It's all bollocks, but we use these conceits in derbies, and we always have done. If they come out and they're crap, and they play turgid football, and we cause them problems, their fans' heads are going to go big time, and it's going to and there's going to be 2,000 odd Mancs in Anfield who are going to be baying for blood if the game doesn't go their way. So, Gary Neville, this is why I don't mind Gary Neville as a pundit. I think he's a very good pundit, but he chats so much shit when it talks about Man United and Liverpool, because he's a fan just like us. He tries to come across like, oh no, I'm above this all because I'm a pundit and I'm a class. Nah, it's horseshit. He's a fan. He talks a good game the same way that we all do, but you can't detract the fact that he's not neutral in this. He is deliberately playing the game. He's trying to make out like there's no pressure on Man United. The pressure is ludicrously big on Man United, because can you imagine what their fan base is going to be like if we tonk them at the weekend, and they're the best part of 20 points behind us in the league, and they are not even within touching distance of Champions League football, and they're probably below Bournemouth again and Everton again in the league, etc., etc. Maybe not Everton.
I think all he means is, though, is that, with regards to the pressure being on us, is that they are underdogs.
The pressure is on us because we're top of the league.
Yeah.
And if we want to stay top of the league, we need to win our games.
We almost certainly won't be by the time this game kicks off. City have got Everton at the Etihad. That might be...
Oh, it's a foregone conclusion.
That's Lions, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's Lions being chucked a load of meat.
Yes.
That's going to be... I reckon that'll be a genuine mauling, 4 or 5, maybe more.
Okay.
I think. So, come kick off on Sunday, we'll probably be second again. And we're fighting to get back on top of that league. Like the pressure's there.
But on the flip, there is pressure, but there's the best kind of pressure.
Yeah.
And and again, we talk about this. There's a crucible of fire and pain that this Liverpool side has been constructed in, and let's be honest, there's never been a better time to play Man United in the Premier League era than there is literally right now. Because, as I say, well, look, that's not a jinx thing. It's just a simple fact of where they are. They are poised to self-combust, and they've got so much pressure, and they're not playing a great brand of football. They're having to be more pragmatic than they ever have been. I think this notion that they're absolutely crap is wrong. They've only lost 2 in the last 10. It's not like they're losing games week in, week out. They're still a very dangerous outfit with some bloody good players who can cause us problems, sure, but
they can't afford to drop any more points, though, can they? Really?
No, but I wouldn't want to go to Old Trafford for this game. I'd want to go with a little bit more of comfort zone at the top if I was going to Old Trafford. But coming to Anfield, again, yes, we haven't beaten them, but they haven't beaten us. They've been coming to Anfield and stigging draws out for years. Now, we'd be stupid not to have a sense of confidence. Not arrogance, by the way. Not cockiness. we'd be stupid not to be confident going into this because...
We're the better team.
We are the better team.
By some distance.
Yeah.
By 16 points, to be exact.
Injury concerns obviously makes it a bit of a concern for us, Ross. We know, obviously, the time of filming today was going to be getting a scan. We know Gomez is obviously still out. James Milner apparently had cramp, which is encouraging because we might well need him at right back in this game.
Matip's getting his shoulder looked at as well, apparently.
Apparently so, presumably on some sort of high stool or stilts to get up there because he's a big man. It's not great. It'd be lovely to go in absolutely full strength. But Ben alluded to it as something that I'd said ahead of the team selection for Napoli. Keita was on the bench, Fabinho was on the bench, Shaqiri was on the bench, we've got Sturridge there as an option still as well.
Origi.
We actually have the ability... Sorry?
Origi.
We've got the ability to make changes for this game, maintain the freshness. Our game was the night before, albeit slightly more intensity than Man United's Valencia game. We were at home as well. We should be in good shape for this one.
Yeah, I think they're in a similar position there. They've got loads of defensive problems at the minute. The only slight difference is they're already through in their group. So it depends if they want to finish top of their group, what team they play. He could put a second 11 out if he wants to, and it wouldn't surprise me if he did. But I think we spoke about it all season so far. The major difference is the depth and quality that we have now. We're not replacing people with shit. We're replacing people with healthy competition and people that want to stake a claim in that team and go into the busy fixtures, which is the best thing for me. I put Shaqiri in my team because he will cause problems in that defence, which is already shocking as it is. And he's got the character for me to want to cause damage to Man United.
Absolutely, yeah, brilliant. Well, we're going to get into the lads' preferred 11s in a moment, how they think the Mighty Reds are going to line up for this one. Before we do, little ad break. It is Freeview week. I've been banging this drum all week long, and I should do because it's brilliant. All the amazing content that we normally put behind the paywall on the redmentv.com is free for you to check out on YouTube. Here's a little sample of the website and an exclusive prize hamper that you can win at the end of it as well.
Hello everyone, welcome to Redmen TV.
Well, welcome to Redmen TV.
Right, welcome to Redmen.
When you come here, you can sort of sense that family feeling straight away.
So that's the improvement. That's the development.
Liverpool is, it's building something really important now.
Because we all believe in each other, like we know that we're a good team.
Keep doing your thing. He's watching you.
Salah's the best footballer on planet Earth by an absolute country mile.
The third consecutive Final Word show where everything is amazing.
That is why Liverpool are better defensively than they were last season.
I think Fakir's dead, to be honest.
not literally dead. You just killed him.
Coombs is up for Women's Player of the Year.
There's not a single player in that back five that any of us wants to ever not play a game.
We all know it's a strange game, that's why we love it, and that's the joy of football, really.
It's that time of year again for all our wonderful subscribers on the redmentv.com. It is the Christmas hamper competition, chock full of Redmen TV Christmas sweatshirt, scarves, a Pro Evolution soccer game, a Kevin Keegan book, signed print, and a whole hell of a lot more. All you've got to do to be in with a chance of winning that is sign up to the redmentv.com. It's available to new and existing subscribers alike, and in addition to that, of course, you get amazing content the whole year through. Yeah, look, as I've been saying for ages, go and sign up to the redmentv.com. You get a 3-month trial, then it's £5 a month thereafter. You have a little bit of a glimpse of the kind of stuff that we do. It helps make all of this stuff possible. So if you want to support us, or if you just want loads of brilliant Liverpool content, we've got you covered from all of those kind of avenues. So yeah, go to the redmentv.com and sign up. Preferred 11th time then. Ross, you have gone 4-2-3-1.
Yep.
You have gone with the Gini, Fabinho, two-man axis in midfield, which has worked pretty well so far. I think, just to clarify on all of this stuff, every one of us has put Trent at right back. I think we don't know what his state of his fitness at the moment, but I think, as I say, we would all prefer Trent to be fit. And you've gone, Salah restored to the centre-forward position.
Yeah, exactly what was just touched on before. Having them four, well, I think we will destroy them if we play that. They have so many defensive issues and injuries and problems. I just think we will be baying for blood to ourselves to beat them. Putting them four there, I think you're fine. And it's the security of Fabinho and Gini in the middle. Fabinho plays a lot better when he's got someone next to him. Yeah. And Bobby in a deeper role, again, is effectively another midfielder. So you've got the bodies in midfield to defend when we need to. The only way that's going to be skewed if Trent's injured, then I'll put Milner in there at right back.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Adam, you have gone 4-3-3, Fabinho, Anchor and Gini, Keita in the midfield and Firmino centre forward.
Yeah, again, as Ross was saying there, if Trent's out, then it's Milner for me at right back. I think 4-3-3, as we've seen last night against Napoli, is still our most fluent and productive formation. Mm-hmm. It's difficult for me to leave Shaqiri out when he's been so good. Yeah. But I think Keita has been great. I think we're starting to see in the past couple of games, I think he'll be really important when they play two lines, because they will. They're going to come and do that for a large part of this game. I think at breaking those lines, Keita will be very useful in the first 60, 70 minutes. And then if it's still 0-0 and we're looking for a goal, then you bring Shaqiri in. The two of Fabinho and Wijnaldum, that would be for me with Fabinho playing the 6 on his own, but it's also able to transition in it. Gini can always tuck in, and you can almost play Keita towards the 10 role as well. Where I think he'd flourish there, to be honest with you. Yeah. And if that's the team on Sunday, I'll be absolutely made up. And the front three picks itself, obviously.
Absolutely. And Ben, you've done something very, very similar, in fact, but you've brought Henderson instead of Fabinho.
Yeah, there was obviously a few decisions to be made, really. First of all, the formation. I think, I know this is preferred 11s, but I can't help but bring in a little bit of what I think he's going to do. And in the big games this season, he's definitely opted for the 4-3-3. You know, in the games against Tottenham and City and things like that, he was playing Salah on the right-hand side. Now, it's interesting, I don't know if he'll do that on Sunday, because last season, if you remember rightly, Ashley Young dealt with Salah very well, particularly in the Old Trafford game, and I don't know whether he'll try and switch things up on Sunday to try and get Salah central and worry the centre backs rather than the right back. You know, Ashley Young's a year older. You know, maybe he'll have a bit more trouble this time, but I don't know if that will come into his thinking. I think, but also
Salah might want revenge on that as well.
Well, maybe, but you know, it's easier said than done. And in regards to Henderson, I think he was immense last night. And I think it's difficult to drop him after last night, particularly, and I know it's a stigma at the moment within the fan base around the captain's armband, but to drop your captain after last night's performance, how good he was, I think that's going to be difficult to do, regardless of who you think the captain should be. I think there's no reason to take him out of the team, same with Gini, and that's the reason for me why I've gone that way.
Well, again, the big question mark is that midfield and how to figure out. My feeling is that I think 4-3-3 works best when you're playing teams who want to play you, give you the game. I don't think Man United are going to come to give us a game. I think we know exactly how they're going to line up. They're going to come in, they're going to look to spoil it, they're going to look to stifle us. And 4-2-3-1 has been constructed for that reason. That is to get the 4 attacking lads on the pitch and have them to try and unlock as many defences as possible. And you put Salah centre forward because you know if you're going to give one lad in our team a sniff, you're giving it to our best goal scorer. As much as I was thrilled by Salah's performance back out wide against Napoli, I just don't think we're going to be given that much space and opportunity. So I went 4-2-3-1. And I agreed with the Henderson shout, to be honest. I put Henderson, Fabinho as my axis in midfield. It would be unfair on Gini because I think he's been class and I think they have looked better as a partnership. So that might be a possibility, of course. It's just worth remembering there's a lot of football matches to be played and there's a lot of energy being exerted in some of these games, particularly midweek. So as much as people go, well, Henderson, because he's the captain, he's got to play. I keep saying it, I don't think Klopp gives a fuck. I think he plays the team that he thinks is most capable of getting the result on the day. Henderson probably should play and I think I would play him in this one. And I would play Shaqiri from the right, Firmino, Mane, Salah, because that's the job at hand. The job at hand is Man United are going to try and defend for their lives and we're going to have 90 minutes to unpick that and try and score goals. And I think we've seen more and more that is the formation that we go for when we try to do that. But we'll have to see as kick-off approaches on that one. Let us know your preferred 11s in the comments below. Pardon me, let's just have a quick look at the rival fixtures then for this week. As mentioned by Adam earlier, Man City, Everton is the early kick-off on Saturday. Yeah, I mean, wouldn't it be glorious if Everton did something? I don't think their fans want them to do anything. I think their fans are all praying for the L here. Spurs Burnley at 3 o'clock. Again, you'd fancy Spurs to take all 3 points there. Moving on to the Sunday, before our game, Brighton host Chelsea and Southampton host Arsenal. So this is one of those games, isn't it, Ross? Game weeks where we are the team we are the team, what's the word, sort of budgeted to drop points here because it's the big top 6-ish, thanks to Man United's current position, rivalry there. It does put pressure on, as we've discussed, of course. Man City will go and get their points. They'll sit back, they'll put their feet up. There's a fantastic opportunity here for us to continue the narrative that we have been spinning over the last fortnight, that this is our season. And it's a massive opportunity to get in Man City players' heads because they're all going to be watching that game. And if we can put on a show, given that Man City are probably going to absolutely dick Everton everywhere,
especially after they lost that Chelsea game.
Yeah. I'm all in for this. I'm all in for Man City beating Everton 5-0, an absolute canter, and then we just rock up and we beat Man United 2-0 or 3-0 or something like that, and the Man City players go, what have we got to do? I'm here for that.
That's what we need to do. That's why we want to be where we are. I think everyone else playing first, it will be in the back of the players' minds, but I think we've developed the mentality of we need to win every game, regardless of what happens and who we're playing and where anyone else is at. Just go in, you're focusing 3 points. I know it's a cliche, but that's just what we've developed now.
Let's get out of this loser mentality of like, God, it's so hard. We've got to beat Man United. We've just got to be beaten since we're unbeaten in the league. When was the last time we lost the game at Anfield? And yes, these are all things
2001.
Honestly, but these are all the things. But this is all the things, Adam, where I think we worry too much about the worst case scenario, and it exists. It's not our job to worry about the worst case scenario, and it's not anyone's job, to be fair. You know, the Liverpool squad and the management team, their job is to focus on the positive and to find ways to continue to make the win.
Let's focus on the opposite then. Imagine come 2:30 on Saturday that Everton have snuck a 1-0 win at City. Can you imagine the Liverpool dressing room then, the opportunity to go 4 points clear of Manchester City?
That's when we'll bottle it, bud.
yeah, absolutely more.
But no, look,
I think Southampton will beat Arsenal. I think
new manager syndrome, innit?
Yeah, why not? If we're going to win the league, we need to get out of this just fearful shithouse mentality. We've been brilliant so far this season. We deserve to be top of the league. We deserve to be where we are. We will drop points as the season progresses. It could happen against Man United, but it's just as likely, based on form, based on all those things, this could be the time when we do get that win. It's going to be stressful, everyone. It's going to be an absolute nightmare at times because, yes, if you thought it was stressful when we were chasing, it's going to be 10 times more stressful leading from the front. But look, if we want to win the league, then we're going to have to win more games than we lose. We're going to have to pick up wins. We're going to have to continue the form at Anfield. This is what it is. If we want to get back to a world where we have the shithouse mentality, then yeah, great, fourth. Wasn't that lovely? No, it was boring. It was shit. Let's just win a league title, if that's all right with everyone. Yeah.
What is great is that we're now in a position where Liverpool and the fans, all of us, genuinely expect to win every game.
Mm-hmm. And not in a bad way. Yeah. We go in there not in this will be fine. Sit back like Arsenal in the early noughties, where they used to turn up with the picnic hampers and just watch Thierry Henry score 4 goals and be like, oh, pish posh, this is all fine. No, we go there with an expectation based in passion and fury and exactly, this is not, we don't expect to win by default. We turn up and we've earned every point that we've won this season in a whole variety of ways, and yeah, more of the same at the weekend. Please, Reds. Ross, score prediction?
5-0.
Fuck off. Go for it.
2-0.
Okay.
3-0.
1-0.
I think 2-0. 2-0 to Liverpool. I think I just want this to be another one of those games where it's just a comprehensive performance. They don't land a blow on us and we just get the business done. But you're right, Ross, there would be something, and we talked about this last week, about how the way in which we've achieved those wins in the last week, and with Man City dropping points of the last gasp win against Everton, turning a 1-goal deficit around against Burnley, and then smashing Bournemouth. there would be nothing more demoralising for Man City for them to win heavily and then for us to win heavily as well. I don't expect that because Man United are still a fantastic team. They've still got some absolutely amazing players and they do have the ability to cause us problems. But I just hope that the story's right. And the story this season is that Liverpool are an elite level football club and Man United are a waning power and Mourinho is a waning power. And I feel like we've passed them, and we have domestically already in terms of the league table. But I do feel like the story's ready to be written of us finally getting a good result against them and using it as a catalyst to move forward. So yeah, let me know your score predictions in the comments below. Like the video, of course, as well, and don't forget to subscribe to the redmentv.com. As I say, I hope you're enjoying Preview Week. Loads of great stuff we've put out there this week in video form and in podcast form as well. So if you want to check out that, so if you like the content on the go, we normally just put out the normal podcast and the build-up show and the instant match reaction. All the shows we do in podcast form as well. So you can have us in your ears, whether you like that or not. Guys, I'm actually starting to think about it. It's nervous excitement, but great stuff. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to everyone for joining us. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for subscribing, and I will see you at the weekend. Ta-ra.